And then another project that we do, which is one of my favorites, is our comic book project. So students work together and they make comic books that are based on physics. So this one, their topics were universal gravitation and refraction of light. So they had to create a comic book, and theirs was, I want to say, a unicorn that would refract light through its through a horn, and it was a blowfish that would, increase its mass somehow, and you can see sort of like big, huge gravitational pull and suck everything in. So he created a black hole inside the house, right there. This one had a printing error. That's why everything's all out of order. It had constructive and destructive interference was one of theirs. And the other topic was static electricity. This one's not really in order, so because of the printing, there's a printing problem on this one. That's why this one's not out. This one had a title typo. So in this one, they learned the physics concepts, and then in English and humanities, they learn about plot structure. So here's like the setting, here's rising action, the climax, resolving action, and then like the resolution. We do tons and tons of critiques. So here's like a short story critique. That's just a little drawing activity we do. The physics concept, this is where they do their research for it. Like what is the physics standard? How do they use it? How do they use their physics concept? How do they develop it? I mean, what are the weaknesses of the superhero? That's the other concept that they had. Little file thing on their character, like what's their alias, where were they born, what's their age. Here's some of the stories. You can see these are through some of the critiques that they've got. So we'll do some critiques where it's like, what is the exposition? What is the rising action? And they have to read through and write that stuff out. And we have other things in here. What is the setting? Does it help? What is one of the superpowers? We're really huge on critique, just like you were asking before. Here's another short story critique. Is that like the fourth or fifth critique right there? So each story goes through tons of, that's the same story, but just critiqued again. They have to go through storyboards, get those critiqued. Then they go through into Comic Life and make their actual comic.
Okay.
And this particular one, there's two students that couldn't draw, so they just took Angry Birds and did Photoshop, and photoshopped Angry Birds stuff for their comic book.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So this is a really cool project. It's about a month long or so, maybe a little longer. But at the end, they're learning pretty in-depth physics concepts and then learning how to write short stories, which is something you have to do in 9th grade humanities.